Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Adrian Stewart, the Metis Megabull, Louisiana Swamp Rat, coming to you here. I know it's been a while. I did that Metis video just a few weeks ago when I was in Louisiana, when Metis came out with that mega thread about everything they're doing. So, yeah, I just wanted to, today's all about peak finance and everything that's going on with peak finance on the Metisdao Andromeda network. I was going to do this a few days ago, but I've been strung out as hell from going from America to here back to New Zealand, and basically it's been like my body's thought that I've been staying up till 5 a.m. for like the last week here, and I've been off Twitter. Basically haven't talked to anybody because I've been borderline retarded, insane, and I know what I would have said and done some stupid shit. So sometimes you got to know when to just shut up. But I'm finally now, it usually takes me like 2 weeks to get back on schedule, but I've been here 5 days, and today's the first morning I actually feel like a person. It's just me and the kiddos up here in the country, letting my wife take a break because when I was in America, she did 3 weeks with the kids. So well-deserved break for my wife. And so let's get right into Peak Finance DAO. I'm really excited about this. So let's just hop into it and get going. So where's it at? Let's do it. All right. So I just wanted to start off this video. I don't really ever have any clear direction about what I'm going to say or where it's going to go. But I would like to start this video with a sincere statement of gratitude and appreciation for all the P-Cores and everybody who stuck with us during this last year. I know it's been a tumultuous, challenging, stressful. I wouldn't say miserable, but it's been tough. It's been challenging as fuck. And just like you, just like me, everybody who put all their money into Peak, it's worth a whole lot less, exponentially less from the start to where we are now. But that is just a temporary situation, and we're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. The team's not going anywhere. If anything, we're more fired up, and we've got more things going and more innovations coming. And in my humble opinion, I think that the team that we have together now is one of the most innovative in all of the Metis Andromeda network. We're kind of the black sheep, over there doing our thing, and we're okay with that. We're not kind of like the Metis team boys, and that's cool with me. With what we have coming, however, I'm not opposed to going to CEG with some stuff because we've got some things coming, as you'll see. And stick with me because this is going to be a long video, but it's required watching. This is almost required Metis Andromeda fans watching, because it's that big of a deal what I'm going to talk about in here. And like our previous white paper that Tristan and Steve worked on, there was revolutionary stuff in there, and there's some pretty unique ideas in that one. But also, in addition to thanking you, the P-Course community, and everybody in Metis, I really appreciate you sticking with us. And the journey has only just begun. It's only begun. Ave's coming probably this month. So that's going to bring a fuckload of TVL into the system. And Metis is lacking one thing, and that's serious TVL and serious activity and serious money. And Ave is going to jumpstart that motherfucker. So that's cool. I'd also like to thank my team, not my team, the team at Peak Finance. And really, it started with a phone call from me to Tristan Hazelwood, who's my buddy, and he's a big deal he's not gonna like me saying this, but he's a big deal in Australia. in the crypto community, ran this mega huge freaking community. And he's one of the smartest, people I know in the world as far as crypto. Well, actually, and the other things too, but we're just talking about crypto here. But anyway, he's one of the smartest dudes I've ever seen, and he's not going to like this at all. But I'm not that crypto smart. I know a lot of stuff. I'm pretty good with stuff. But then when he starts bringing out these ideas and trajectories about it, what he wants to do, I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. So I can't hang. So this is a big thank you to and I want everybody who's watching this video to be very appreciative and grateful to Tristan Hazelwood, just my two Satoshis, because Peak Finances, it's his vision. It's what he's wanting to do. It's ideas that he's had for years, and ideas of monetary systems. And so the credit for Peak Finance, in my eyes, goes to Tristan. And then of course he brought in Ben Guilhot, who's just another insanely freaking crazy smart guy who's come up with the NFT bonds and all this other stuff I'm going to read about. But the entire team at Peak, Stellio, our graphics guy. Oh, he's a graphics guy. Well, he's also come up with his own entire Metis messaging system for all Metis Andromeda folks to, it's called Metisdao, and it's a blockchain messaging service. And so he's real tight with Metis, and has done graphics for them, does all our graphics. He's the best in the world. We got Jarryd, doing our videos. You can see our videos are so tight. He helps me with stuff all the time on other stuff. And then we've got a whole team of developers who are just working their fucking asses off, and we're expanding on our developer team with further investments into building. So yeah, we've got an incredible team. And am I forgetting anybody? I hope not. That's kind of like our core team. We've got several developers. We've had some people that have kind of left the team, but we're really down to our crew essence of good. I've got to mention Naoki by name too. Naoki is our lead head developer, and I've seen him do some things and accomplish some things that are mind-blowingly advanced. So he's all in. Everybody's all in to Peak. We're not fucking stopping. This shit's fucking amazing. Metis is about to break out as far as we've been waiting for like a year or more for Aave, but they had to do all this shit to get it ready. And Bedrock's coming, so the network's going to get cheaper and even better, and things are about to get really good. And when the money's flowing back on the Metis network, then Peak's going to be rocking and rolling. And so let's get right into it. I think that's Steve, my buddy Steve. So Steve and I, you can look back on the YouTubio back in September of 2021. So now it's April 23, and you're like, oh, you guys new to Metis or something? No. Steve the body, we did a video back in October of 2021 all about Metis, because we knew and saw it was just a superior fucking project, an oh my god project. And yeah, so we were in on it early. We knew what was coming. They delivered. There was a big hype cycle. And then in December of 2021, it was $48. And then a month later, it was $323. So over a 6X in about a month. So I think we're going to return to, excuse me. I think we're going to return to those kinds of days where there's hype and shit's fucking pumping and Peak is printing. I will say about Steve that he is the best trader I've ever seen. He trades our Poseidon NFT fund on Peak. And just from going from memory, it was like 140% profit in the first quarter of this year. And he was really, really conservative, and because it's your money. And so he was acting in ways to not lose money. And but I think he's going to be a little more aggressive now. But it's always hard when you have somebody else's money. For instance, I've sent Steve over $1 million like to trade before. No problem. Like, what's your address? Here's $1 million. So that's the kind of trust I have with Steve. And I hope you guys extend that trust to him, because that's where I'm at with him. And we also own we're 50-50 partners in a gym in Albion Park. So if you're in Albion Park, Wollongong, go fucking see Steve. Go talk to him, see what's up. But yeah, so he runs a gym there, and half of it's ours together. So we're business partners, or we're buddies. He's always there for me, and I'm always there for him. And like I said, I've sent him $1 million, and no stress, no worries. So Steve's a huge part of this. And I think he's going to be going by Mr. Prometheus soon. Just looking at some ducks out in my yard. Yeah, shit is good, and we're going to keep going. And that pro token, may want to keep an eye on that one. May want to keep an eye on it. All right, so that's my intro. Hope you liked it. That's what it is. Packing up now. Strap in. Don't be fucking cleaning the house or arguing with your wife, or shit, maybe even driving down the road. This is some, I would like to humbly ask you, sit the fuck down and just listen to this. You can do it at 1.25 speed, because I'm probably going to talk kind of slow and just chill. But this is some high concentration ass bullshit here. Bullshit being the shit, the good shit. But I really want you to focus on what's being said here, and to take a deep look and really take it in. Really take it in. All right, so I'll get into it. Look at that graphic. How sick is that? Nobody can fuck with our graphics. Nobody. All right, so this is by Tristan Hazelwood, the fucking super badass motherfucker that he is. It has been an eventful year in cryptocurrencies. We've made it through another crypto winter full of obituaries, fucking right, for cryptographic assets of all varieties that lack the gumption and preparation to execute on a meaningful vision. While many have quit our rug communities, we've continued building out our DApp ecosystem and have come a long way in just under 1 year since launch. Those with dollar cartoon signs for eyes are chasing green candles that have tapped out, and those that remain are seeking to be a part of a greater vision. Let's recap where we've come and where we will go from here. What we have acquired at Base Camp. Peak has its very own NFT marketplace in partnership with sister project NFTA. All NFTA marketplace transactions on Metis Andromeda utilize the low 2% platform fee to buy back the Peak and Pro tokens. Arguably, NFTA marketplace offers the most frictionless and efficient user experience for NFTs on Andromeda. I'd second that emotion. 2, Peking Duck Wrapper and NFT staking in the summit, so you can wrap your Peking ducks and stake them in the summit. So we've introduced NFT wrapping to the Metis Andromeda network. Nobody else has done it. Sister project NFTA have released a no-code minting DApp deployer on Ethereum and Polygon. Artists and those looking to launch their own NFT collections can do so with the click of a button. No more expensive developer costs to launch your NFTs. Peak Lottery has run several cycles. However, will we be seeking to make changes to produce something that all Metisans can enjoy while also benefiting the Peak community? Poseidon NFTs are halfway through minting, and our treasury fund manager, Stellio, has made some solid plays to grow your treasury. We will not say when, but in the future, we'll be making pro buybacks to distribute to Poseidon holders. This benefits the entire Peak ecosystem by directly rewarding holders and passively rewarding pro holders through price appreciation when USD profits are used to buy back the pro token. Peking ducks still have plenty available to mint. Excuse me. And when they are gone, they are gone. This is deliberate. Through Peking duck wrapping to boost emissions in the summit, which will tie in with future DApp revenues, wink, wink. Once we run out of ducks, no one else can obtain a privileged spot in the summit to receive future emissions from not only Peak Peg print events, but from other liquidity mining campaigns that will run within future dApps. Wink, wink again. Andromeda Wrapping Station is live for any Andromeda-based project to collateralize their NFTs. Alongside partners Envelop, we have broken the seal for real NFT utility on Andromeda, NFTwrapping.com. NFTA released a merchandise storefront where you can customize and obtain your merch. Purchases made through this print-on-demand platform directly support the team at Peak and projects onboarded. It's also been a registered company in Australia since 2021. CryptoCart and Peak have partnered up to permit the use of the Peak token to obtain gift cards for real-world purchases from your favorite retailers, grocery stores, travel agents, electronic retailers, supermarkets, and online outlets. When PEG events occur, you can realize tangible gains by spending rewards on your favorite purchases. How fucking cool is that? Partner project BlockChatDAO has released the beta version of their block chat platform, Stellio. Connect your wallet to participate in forum discussions and direct messaging capabilities. Plenty more to come, and we're excited to see it all come to fruition. Partnering with O3 Swap, it is possible to obtain Peak from any blockchain through cross-chain swaps. And there's more to come and more options in this arena that I will speak on later. Commence deflation. So the pro token was obtainable through farming for the last year. It ended just a few days ago. Simply just park your Metis and Peak with us with the Peak DApp protocol, and you receive pro. Park your pro and your Metis and receive pro. That's over. So there's always sell pressure because there's always more and more and more and more on the market. That's over. Now there's less and less and less on the market. At this point, we will no longer release pro into circulation as farming rewards are over, and every sell will continue to burn 4% of pro, with 6% accumulating in the DAO treasury. Ooh, but wait, there's more. This will likely not be the end of liquidity mining events for pro. The Peak DAO may utilize pro in emissions on future products. Ooh, very interesting. Where are you going with this? However, it is worth noting that very few projects that begin as a tomb fort do not reach the end of their emissions before they are rugged or abandoned. For many, this is uncharted fucking territory. But now the fun begins as we commence further development of our wrapped NFTs and dApps that will play into the overall Peak ecosystem. I just wanted to mention this thing about, Tomb's dead. I don't know if there's ever been I don't know if Tomb, I should know this, but I don't. I don't know if Tomb made it to the end of their emissions, but it's not uncharted. It's unheard of that there is a Tomb fork that is still functioning, still working, and still building and growing to expand their reach, to expand utility, to expand their dApps, to expand the protocol, to expand the network, to expand the collateralization of NFTs. So from the outside, some could say, oh, well, you know, it's over. The emissions are over. What are you doing? Well, this whole video is about what the fuck we're doing. And it's just keep listening, because I haven't even really gotten going. Because there's a lot to talk about and it's all good. What about my LP tokens? Wrap them in a Peking duck NFT, but how? You haven't told us. We've shown you on, I did a video about it, a YouTube video about it. We've in our Telegram, we've done it. So I'll do another video on it, just a quick little update again on how to do it. We have designed the Peking duck wrapper to apply the following multiplier traits in the summit. So for anybody who doesn't know about Peak Finance DAO, the protocol, sorry, I should have started here. It's a seniorage protocol. And so there is the token, the Peak token, which is matched to the Metis token. And when they're 1-to-1, they're worth the same. And they just swap Metis to Peak. As people buy Peak with the Metis token, as the pool becomes higher with Metis than Peak, when that becomes 5% higher, when there's 1.05 Metis for every Peak, then the protocol does what's called printing, which is, so when you have the Pro token, which is our share token, staked in the summit, every 6 hours, if the TWAP, the weighted average moving price is above the 1.05, then based on how many Prometheus tokens you have staked in the summit, the DAO spits you out Peak tokens. So that's how the money printer spits you out Peak. We did it for about a week back in last April, about a year ago. And it was fucking glorious and heavenly. So we're going to get back there again. And then so as the peg has basically kind of gone down and down and down for the last few months, as people want to sell, get out for whatever reason. And now it's at about 43%. So for those simply looking to invest in the Metis token, you can get it now at 57% discount and buy it all the way back up to peg. And when we're at peg and it stays there, then you can basically double your money on those initial buys. But that's how it works. When we're above 1.05, then you receive Peak. That's the quick summary. So here are the multipliers for having that staked Pro in the summit. Collateral multiplier traits applied to a wrapped Peking duck NFT. Less than $1,000, 1.1, 10%. More than 1,000, 20%. More than 2,000, 50. More than 5,000, 75. More than 10,000 is 100%. Well, what about if you've got $100,000 in LPs? Well, then maybe you could do 10 wallets and freaking maximize that shit out. Do it. And then time lock multiplier traits, lock for a month, gets an extra 0.25x, 3 months, half an X, 6 months, 0.75. And if you do a 1 year time lock, you get another 100% on that. Why might you want to wrap your LP token in collateral in a Peking duck? Good question. Firstly, emissions from the summit multiply your position and earning potential accordingly. If you lock up 10,000 USD of Peak Metis or Pro Metis LP tokens for 12 months, you'll receive a 3x multiplier on emissions. In simple terms, the summit will recognize that you have 3x the amount of Pro staked and will increase your share accordingly. $1,000 Pro is treated as 3,000 Pro staked for the printing events. Secondly, in future builds, your position in the summit will directly impact your earning potential from future DApp revenue streams. This will have importance once we implement Pond and Peak staking in our future dApps that we cannot disclose at this time. So Pond is the token that you can, if you got Peak, you can get the Pond token, which is essentially like the Peak token, but it's only redeemable when the peg is over 1. And if it gets to above 1.1, then your Pond is worth even more money. And if you redeem at there's a whole chart for this, and I'm not going to find it now, but as the peg goes crazy high, if you still have your Pond tokens, then you get these pretty crazy returns on that. Really, I have Pond. Pond means I believe in the Peak protocol. I know we're going to get to, I know we're going to get back to peg. I know we're going to print again. And so I've got Pond. I'm holding it. However, we can share that we are working closely in collaboration with the team at Envelop to continue to develop wrapping capabilities. Thirdly, the collateral you wrap into the Peking duck, if you watched the video that I did and posted it everywhere online, anybody can see it. Maybe I'll repost it. Thirdly, the collateral you wrap into Peking duck has growth potential for unwrapped fees and secondary market sales. I'll just touch on this real quick. You can put wrapped BTC, you can put Ethereum, you can put USDC into these wrapped NFTs. So you can put real collateral, wrapped BTC, Ethereum into these, and then there's a whole process from there. This may take time to realize as the Peking duck mint is still ongoing, but once our future products are delivered, it will be essential to have a wrapped Peking duck to maximize your share of revenue. Once the mint expires, there will only ever be 5,000 potential wallets that can ever multiply their staked pro positions. Very interesting. Only 5,000 people in the world can be able to do this shit. As it stands, 5% unwrapped fee is applied, 2% goes to the Metisdao treasury, and the remaining 2.5% is withheld in the Peking duck collateral contract. Meaning, always go up. Price go up, assets go up, collateral goes up. Secondary market sales will apply a 10% royalty fee and will distribute 2.5% to the Metisdao treasury, remaining 7.5% withheld in the Peking duck collateral contract. More value go up. Happy people, happy life. What this means is that you have the opportunity to withdraw more LP tokens than what you locked in the collateral contract from rerouting of unwrapped fees and secondary market activity. The former rewards your loyalty as a P Corp. The latter will come into play once the Peking duck mint is exhausted. Finally, if all that wasn't enough, we still retain 90% of the treasury raised from the mint that is yet to be utilized. It costs a lot of money to run this shit, and developers, and it's like put so much money into this, it's freaking mental, and we ain't stopping. We ain't stopping, and there's going to be a lot more money spent on builds, and they're going to be fucking killer. I'll just say that. We are exploring several AlgoBot trading strategies to automate the utilization of the treasury to bring profits back to Peak and distribute to Peking duck holders. What if everyone ditches their LP tokens? That's a choice for everyone to make. As far as projects with their origins as a tomb fort go, we are largely in uncharted territory. Not many tomb forks reach the end of their share token reward distribution before they rug or give up on their projects. We made a vow we would see this through, and we will continue to do so. No fucking doubt. We're not giving up. We're only getting started. This is a long-term thing. Tristan said from the start, if you're looking for a short-term crack cocaine, heroin, fentanyl fucking quick buzz, this is not the place for you. We are long-term strategizers, long-term envisioners. The Tristan process is going to unwrap so many things, and it's just going to take a little bit of time. There's going to be some things coming sooner than you think. But yeah, this is not a get rich quick scheme. I know that a lot of people did farm and kind of use this at the start, and that's cool. But you're going to miss out on the real win, which is the next little bit of time to long bit of time in the peak ecosystem. Should people decide to withdraw their LP tokens, there will be impermanent loss given the state of the peg, meaning you're going to get a lot more peak back than Metis. So consider that in your activities. However, it will also make it easier for liquidity to push the peg above 1.00 by reducing the depth of the liquidity pool. From my estimations, it's about 4,000 Metis that need to come into the system to get us back to peg. And I didn't look at Metis this morning. I know Bitcoin did a big jump, so I could speculate that Bitcoin did that too. But, you know, say 4,000 at $30, it's only 120 grand, you know. 120 grand comes in, but once the peak fever comes in, peaker's going to be peaking, and you know the money will be there. So anyway, I'm always positive. Simply unstaking your LP tokens from Basecamp and locking them up in a Peking Duck NFT, then applying a time lock is the best play. From unwrap fees and secondary market royalties, your underlying share of LP tokens will grow over time. This is a system that rewards those that are in it for the long haul, not those looking for a cash grab. Like I said, Peak is increasingly one of the best delta plays for Metis. Many will reject this claim, but if you are reading this or listening to me speak, then you are bullish on the Metis Andromeda ecosystem and the Metis token. As Metis rises in price, Peak follows accordingly. While many realize Peak gives exposure to Metis, few truly appreciate the delta from those choosing to hold Peak as their investment instead of just Metis. Many are concerned about taxation, however. As the peg rises, the tax rate declines. While Metis increases in value, Peak 2 can rise and lower the tax burden with each Peak threshold breakthrough. From a peg of 0.43, there is an easy 2.5x to be made before we are in printing territory again. When we first started Peak Finance, we told you that Peak was a high-risk investment and told you not to expose yourself to overexpose yourselves. I didn't listen. It's all right. While there are indeed elements of risk, we no longer believe this to be the case for one simple reason. Sorry, I can't talk. I guess I am still a bit retarded. We are still fucking here. We are still here, building, delivering, innovating, new shit coming. The biggest deterrent from entering Tomb Fork is the prospect of ending in a rug. That will not happen on our watch, unless so as DAC infrastructure slowly begins to roll out on Andromeda. My speaking abilities are going downhill. That's why I did this right when I woke up. Hopefully had enough energy and brain power to get through it. And we can begin to transition day-to-day functions to DAC members. Now we are reaching the end of pro emissions. We can say with conviction that Peak is significantly lower risk than what it was when we first launched. We all doxed. I strongly suggested we all doxed to the world, and we are. Everybody on the team, you can look at their track record. They're real people. And, you know, I told you where we are, fucking businesses we do, shit we do. Tristan's the head researcher at a major internationally known crypto institute, the Crypto Consulting Institute. So, and everybody in Australia knows him. And so, yeah, we're out front and center. We're not fucking rugging. We're not fucking leaving. We're here. Furthermore, our future dApps will be focusing on utility for the peak and pawn tokens. Good. While many are fearful of being stuck holding bags, we will continue to pursue development pathways that will see revenue organically push the peg. Even if the peg went to zero, it ain't. Excuse me. We would continue to utilize Peak as the centerpiece for all of our dApps on Andromeda. There are many projects on Andromeda that are putting in great work, but we are the only one that seeks to bring outside revenue back into Peak, and that's what's going to make it work. That's the vision. That's the difference. That's why we're going to be successful, and you're going to be successful by hanging with us, which, as you know, you cannot acquire without first locking up Metis and LP. Buying Peak strengthens Metis. Peakors are doing the Lord's work. Indeed. Poseidons are ripping. Poseidon Treasury Manager Steve Body has absolutely shredded since the inception of Poseidon NFTs. First quarter report, minted $42,000 worth, got it up to 100 grand, 136% ROI in the first quarter. And so, yeah, so the liquidity, basically your Poseidon's worth $1,347 now that you paid $1,000 for. And I do know that Steve was a bit conservative, because he, he's not going to lose your money. So let's see how this next quarter goes. This next quarter, I think he's going to fucking rock it and let go a little bit and take a little bit more risk and make you guys a lot more money. That's my speculation on the situation. So the assets are in BTC, which has been fucking rocketing. It's almost doubled this year. First quarter, it's almost doubled. USDT, it's always good. He's looking at Metis and a few others. I think Metis is going to be pretty soon like the shizzle digital investment. As a result of his performance, we will seek to close the mint event. Why close the minting? He's doubled the treasury based on the amount raised. He's effectively completed the entire mint raise with half of the potential capital available to him. That is bullish as proof of work for Poseidon holders. Secondly, we're not going to punish Poseidon holders that saw the potential at the start by letting new mentors capture instant gains. The only place you will find a Poseidon is on the NFT marketplace here. What have the team been doing? Should have just said this. Who cares about the other stuff? Anyway, not really. As it stands, and this is coming from Ben Guilhot of NFTA, one of our founders and super brains. We've made significant progress with our sister project NFTA to work on our joint venture PropTix. PropTix is a KYC gated property NFT minting platform that enables developers, real estate agents, and property investors to mint property NFTs directly through fiat on-ramps. Let that one sink in. There are several reasons this approach is innovative. I'm trying to think how much I can say about the backstory on this one or not. Ben already had this in the works, and another entity that he was in contact with was looking to do this, and so they got together on this. I think I can safely say that. Anyway, my silence and my smirky grin hopefully let you know how big of a deal this is and what's going on. There are several reasons this approach is innovative, but what is most important is the deployment of this protocol will allow us to generate revenue internally. To sustain peak, we need to be able to pay to increase the velocity of our builds. Yeah, let's make a ton of money, put it back into the ecosystem, and build all the other really cool shit. It's gonna fucking melt minds, melt faces, a melt up. Captain Smack melt up. We are fast approaching the deployment of the PropTix MVP, and our joint venture partner have clients that are itching to tokenize their properties and future property developments. Can't understate what a big deal this is. And does this expand to other networks and to other things all across the world? Why the fuck not? Let PropTix fucking be major. Those guys will share more information about it. For a bunch of reasons, I can't talk about it yet. The importance of this development cannot be understated. As many understand, the team at Peak have continued to maintain and develop dApps around our ecosystem with no compensation. Pretty sure nobody on the Peak team has ever sold any team tokens at any point in time, because we're only getting started and nobody's made any money on Peak in the last year. You know, I've put in a ton of money, ton of my personal money, development money, marketing, partnerships, besides all the Metis I put in there. So yeah, it's been a deposit only and no withdrawal situation. It's always gonna be that way. With internal revenue for the time being. With internal revenue generating capacity through NFTA, we'll be able to fund and scale projects that are mutually beneficial to both ecosystems. In the coming months, we will be furthering development of dApps with revenue generating potential for Peak and Pro holders by utilizing unique NFT wrapping components. Sadly, we cannot elaborate further to protect the competitive advantage of Peak in being a truly innovative, inclusive investment solution. But you've been patient, so we'll drop some buzzwords to give you a hint. Stablecoins, NFT derivatives, on-chain investment options contracts, cross-chain integrations. Let me say that again because it bears repeating. Stablecoins, Peak ecosystem stablecoins, NFT derivatives, on-chain investment options contracts, cross-chain integrations. And yes, this will require a DEX and lending protocols, which has been a long-stated goal. But the posts have continued to move in this fast evolving area, and we will be matching them or exceeding them. While times have been tough during the bear market, excuse me, we are proud of the efforts we have made so far and will continue to build out the Peak ecosystem so that the day Metis Andromeda becomes a staple L2, it ain't fucking far along from right now, her. It's April 23, and Metis staple L2, she's about to be stapling. Peak will be right there alongside it. On the side, and it's worth a mention, our boy Stellio has put some phenomenal work into BlockChat.DAO. I will leave it to your imaginations, but Peak basically has its own pseudonymous messaging forum through the hard work of Stellio. What's next? Ooh, what's this? Andron, what the hell is that? Oh God, I've been wanting to talk about this for so many months. Ben and I talked about this in the Gold Coast back in September of last year. Good things take time. I don't know of anybody else doing this shit in the whole world. So correct me if I'm wrong. Excited to announce that our next release under the Peak ecosystem banner is Andrond. Sorry. You know how we released the Andromeda wrapping station at nftwrapping.com? That was only the beginning. With Andrond, you'll be able to purchase NFT bonds. Otherwise known as financial NFTs, our NFT bonds enable you to obtain a prefixed portfolio of assets in one purchase. Can you dig that? I'm gonna have Ben do a video on this because coming from me, it's nothing. But when you hear from him about what this really entails, you're gonna lose your motherfucking mind about how fucking sick and incredible it is. With limited available portfolios with time lock features applied, you can trade not just single assets, but portfolios on the secondary market! Exclamation point. There will be no upfront fees on wrapping and will only be applied upon unwrapping and secondary sales. The entirety of fees from secondary market trading and unwrapping will return to the collateral contract. Sorry, throat's locking up on me. Ultimately rewarding those with a long-term stake in a bake of assets. Yeah, let's bake those assets in a basket of assets. Each portfolio will contain a minimum of 5% peak alongside your favorite Andromeda tokens. This is what I was mentioning earlier. With a single currency, Metis, MUSDC, Wrapped ETH, Wrapped BTC, and all, MUSDT too, if you like, if you're a tether fella, you will be able to purchase a prefixed portfolio of assets. In my humble opinion, Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to go on a fucking run again. We're only like a day away from the Ethereum Shanghai thing. Everybody's saying it's going to dump to fuck. There may be a dump, but I'm back bullish on things. I mean, just look at where things are going. Things are looking pretty good. Even though the whole global market and war and inflation and all that shit, crypto's not giving a fuck. For the most part, of course, there's a bunch of alts who did 100x this year already, but with Bitcoin nearly at 100% gain this year, nobody can fuck with it. Nobody can fuck with crypto. To make bonds even more accessible, we will seek fiat integrations to enable users to purchase a portfolio of assets with their credit card or bank deposit. We believe this product embodies what our community is all about. Being a Peakor doesn't make us exclusively enthusiastic about Peak and Pro, but the work happening in great projects across the entire Andromeda ecosystem. See you at the summit. So the summit, as I was mentioning, that's where you stake your Pro tokens, and then when we're at above 105, the printer prints out Peak. Now preparations are complete at base camp. Sit tight with your Pro, just fucking chill, and await the innovative ways will give you, the Pro staker, an edge in revenue sharing from our future products. Many take a jab at any attempt to bring sustainability into a protocol with two mechanics, but at Peak, we would argue many do not appreciate that it is not a one-dApp solution or something that can be solved by adding increasingly complex mechanics within the ecosystem. Revenue must come from outside to make the base product work. Otherwise, peg events are meaningless. We will continue pursuing a multi-dApp ecosystem with different levers all playing into one another. As we stated in our original Prometheus white paper, our goal is to recreate a monetary system regulated by code, not by those that can push the button to make money printers go at will. But that cannot work without a diverse and robust economy. To support it, which is where our efforts are pointed toward. Thanks to all the Peakors that have stood by us for a year. Been a good year. Looking forward to surprising you all with some big releases in the coming months, and that is for sure coming. I can promise that no one will see what we have coming. With love, JM2S, Tristan Hazelwood. Of course, this was all written by him, the fucking master. What is NFT wrapping? Peak FAQs, because there's a lot to this shit, and it's not like you can just come in 5 minutes and know what the fuck is going on, for better or worse. NFT wrapping involves depositing your NFT into a smart contract with additional functions. Today's NFT, known on-chain as ERC-721 tokens, issue you a token ID that corresponds with unique metadata from an NFT 721 token contract. Once deployed, it is often not possible to do much other than retrieve stored metadata. There are often immutable contracts that cannot be changed. You just sit there with your NFT in your hand. By wrapping the NFT, you retain the metadata of the original NFT and can pursue new use cases. These vary from converting metadata into compatible 3D models for metaverses, custom Oracle functions, asset tokenization, merchandising, and collateral vault functions. Peak Finance utilizes the latter capability that opens the door to exciting new use cases and value creation opportunities. Why would I want to wrap a financial NFT? Tell me why. Here's why. Financial NFTs enable shared collateral to be utilized in intriguing ways and can implement trade strategies at the on-chain level. Often, users that seek copy trading opportunities require handling over their assets and trusting that the custodian will not misuse the funds or fucking disappear. By keeping collateral on-chain and utilizing vault functions, assets can be retained on-chain without the possibility of misuse. The base concept of financial NFTs is inspired from rental gaming NFTs, whereby owners of NFTs share on-chain profits from the use of their NFT in a rental capacity. Renters are motivated to generate profits as they increase their earning potential substantially. Owners are motivated as they can generate yield from otherwise inactive assets. Furthermore, financial NFTs have staking and yield potential. NFTs that are staked in yield farms do not have fungible value. By introducing time lock functions and rewarding users a greater share of yield for doing so, they become increasingly valuable on the secondary market as time elapses. Financial NFTs only lose the value they accrue from yield potential once unwrapped. Each sale on the secondary market and instance financial NFT owner unwraps their collateral, applies a fee that grows the shared collateral contract. Base value up, floor price up. Finally, any project that offers NFT staking it is very much in their interest to provide a collateral value to sustain the floor price of their NFTs. Many NFT staking events are arguably more speculative than ERC20 token staking, given that they at least have a market that is liquid. NFT markets are not liquid and rely on a bidding system to realize value. Projects that prompt their communities to lock up collateral in their NFTs straight from not only their ERC tokens, but their ERC 721s. How does NFT wrapping help Peak Finance? A percentage of fees applied on wrapping buys back the Peak token. The more unwrapping and secondary market activity that occurs, the more the peg grows. Summit stakers are incentivized to stake a wrapped Peking Duck NFT with collateral locked to increase their share of emissions from the summit. How do I profit from NFT wrapping? Fees applied through unwrapping and secondary market activity grows your share by compounding LP tokens back into the financial NFT collateral contract. Those that delay unwrapping receive the greatest share of collateral. The other portion of fees buy back the peak token. Peg go up. Further, staking a wrapped NFT increases your yield of peak emissions from the summit when the peak is achieved, and your yield as a share of the total staking pool increases. Many of our future developments on NFT wrapping will focus on collateral utilization. What happens when I stake my Peking Duck wrapped NFT in the summit? Your position as a share of total emissions is multiplied. Per the example above, you can boost up to 3x your position in the summit based on the amount of pro staked. If you have 1,000 pro staked, the summit will recognize you as having 3,000 pro staked. The underlying collateral base of the Peking Duck wrapped NFT will continue to be subject to compounding effects from unwrap and secondary market fees. Why buy Peak? What's the point? Why buy it? Better delta play on Metis. The lower the peg, the cheaper you can obtain exposure to Metis. If price of Metis increases and the peg increases, your position grows more exponentially than if you just held Metis. Peak and the bond token pond will be utilized in future projects. Stay tuned. Wink to the wink, 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 wink. Are there risks? Fuck yes, there are always risks. On aggregate, if enough investors recognize that Peak is a better delta play for future Metis and are patient in achieving peg, they will have the opportunity to redeem more Metis than if they had just bought it and held. Why buy pro now emissions have ended? That is precisely why you should buy it. 4% of every sell burns pro. 6% is accumulated in the pink DAO for future liquidity mining events. When the peg is above 1.05, buy taxes will be applied similarly. Think of it as an entry tax for those only interested in scalping peg prints rather than supporting the peg protocol, When we were printing a year ago, pro was raging. Everybody was buying it like mad because you want to get the pro token to stake it in the summit. So while we're twapping above 1.05, my kids are up. I was trying to get this video in before they got up. Hey, sweetheart, I'm almost done. I'll be done in just a minute, okay? You good? All right, I'll be right there. I'm in the last paragraph. I got up early to try and do this before the kiddies got up. All right, so blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so buy it. Think of it as an entry tax for those only interested in scalping peg prints rather than supporting the protocol. To boost emissions on our future dApps, a DEX was one mentioned. You need pro and a wrap Peking Duck staked to multiply your positions in not just the summit, but future products as well. Furthermore, Steve-O has recently 2x the Poseidon Treasury. You gonna make a cameo appearance? You want to come on the video, sweetheart? Stepping in. She's not shy. Furthermore, Steve has recently 2x the Poseidon Treasury. There's my little kitty. And the Poseidon Treasury, like I spoke about, when the time comes for holders to receive their share of profit distributions, we will buy back the pro token. To prevent front running, this will not be purchased in lump sum and will be strategically bought back over time. This is not only great for Poseidon holders, but increases the value for pro holders too. So for everybody who made it, thank you. Sorry to cuss my daughter in the room. Thank you for listening to the entire pitch. I know it's been a long video. But this was kind of necessary for everybody to get their heads around everything. So come see us on Discord, on Peak. I will link this Medium article so you can read it, but it's everywhere to be found. But this is why we're so excited about Peak and what's coming and what we have done and what the future holds for us. But we are solid, we are strong, we are motivated. We are delivering. We are innovating. We are pushing forward. And everybody who's here, things are going to just continue to get better and better. So thank you very much. Very humbled to be a part of this project with all these great people and great people in our community. And I'm deliberating. Jarryd did a graphic about wrapping NFTs. And I'm just trying to decide. Everybody's still asleep in Australia, I think, now. So I can't ask. I'm gonna see if I can share this. And that's my sweet Ambika, my little mini me. So she's a cutie, love her to death. And I'm gonna try and I'm gonna share this, and if I guess if it has to get edited out, it will. So all right, let's see. Oh, how can I share what I'm looking at here? Let's see if I can figure it out. What would that be? Oh, I got it. All right. All right. So thanks, Jarryd. People are like, well, how does this work? How's this come together? Love you, babe. We're almost there. So Peking ducks, the wrapping process. So you got your LP pool, you wrap that duck, blah, 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 so you can deposit collateral into your contract, and then you can wrap and unwrap that. Your wrapped NFTs, you can trade them, boom, make profits from that, and then it goes back into the collateral contract, so your floor price is always rising. Your wrapped NFTs, go stake them in the summit, and then you're going to get the she's a bit of a nut like her dad. Then you're going to get your multiplier rewards, and then peak, we're going to be printing when we're above the 1.05, and then you're going to get those profits, and you can do what you want with them, put them back in. And so, sell your Metis if you want, do what you want, but profits are yours, and that's up to you to discern what you want to do. So this is the whole process here. So wrap your mind around that. And that's it. So thanks very much for checking us out. And I hope that you meet us at the peak. And the Metis Mega Bowl is here with Ambika here. And we're going to be peaking out and rocking out. And I love all you guys, and just happy to be part of this community. And we'll see you soon. Any questions? Reach out to us anywhere, anytime. Love you. Bye. Peak out.